The philosopher Marcus Aurelius was Stoic. According to King, our lives are what are. This profound insight is the result of ideas, establishes the framework for this video in which we'll show you 11 essential items to stealthily leave your existence by recognizing and managing our inner landscape. As suggested by Aurelius, we can change. This is not merely a passive way for us to, it's an interactive watching experience, and we encourage you to actively engage by offering your thoughts on every subject we cover. Stays with us to the conclusion, as this voyage does not promise only information, but also a chance for thorough introspection. And let's start with the change. Providing an explanation to those who cause Subject 1, your suffering after being harmed by someone you used to think was close. Keep in mind, friend, you owe them nothing, an elaborate justification or a dramatic. The best move in a showdown is to just move. It's not about leveling the playing field or requesting an apology. It's about keeping your peace. You may discover you find yourself in a circumstance where this someone returns and asks for your assistance. Believe me, no is all you require. Not required to help someone out. The problem is, who has betrayed your trust? Avoiding drama and speaking calmly. Keeping your distance from them is frequently the best choice you can make. Allow time to see the effects of their activities are centered on caring for. Allow the future to develop as it. It's frequently the best method to allow both. Keep it honest, you don't grow. Must maintain relationships with those who everyone deserves to be treated with disrespect. Valued for their individuality, and keeping your distance from people that don't genuinely a courageous decision. It's about selecting your growth and mental well-being over needless drama, such as Marcus. The best retaliation, according to Aurelius, is to be as opposed to he who carried out the injustice. Instead of lowering yourself to their level, make an investment to become the greatest version of oneself, developing inner tranquility and the genuine character. Deal number 2. Unnecessary objectives in life's path frequently. Subject 2 demands that we make important choices, behave thoughtfully and stay true to our true personalities during this procedure. It's critical to understand when specific objectives no longer fulfill our actual purpose. Giving up these objectives is not just typical, but essential, since it enables us to concentrate on the important things. But a crucial component of Process C is the caution in our approach to avoiding announcing each choice or change. Sharing every step you make is not necessary. This prudence aids the world in protecting your overall plan and goals. As you move through these, make subtle adjustments to ensure that your activities are in line with your core identity and values. Make these silently adjusting as circumstances develop, or consistently appreciating the strategic value of privacy in your life. Decisions made using this method not only makes your journey easier while maintaining the honesty of your individual path. According to Seneca, a well-known Stoic philosopher, we don't actually have such small amount of time, but we lose a lot of the our lives are not brief, but we create so that we are not undersupplied, but may utilize. This quote is a waste of our time, strongly connects with the idea of concentrating on important objectives and allowing let go of the needless reminders to make good use of our time and energy. 3. Oversharing can lead to relationship breakdowns. Subject 3 is romance or friendship. When negotiating the termination of a romance or friendship connection while keeping things private about personal information is paramount. Disclosing details about disputes or causes of a split that include disregards the privacy that is shared between both you and the other person, but it also encourages pointless rumors, making things more difficult, the circumstances further rather than more advantageous to absorb and consider. This practice not just respects each party's privacy, but furthermore makes it possible for a deeper personal recovery procedure. If you discover you feel obliged to talk about them. Personal affairs, it could indicate unsolved emotional problems rather than looking for outside outlets and doing self. Conversation to comprehend and digest these sentiments. This method guarantees that the bad relationship has been resolved. With honor, without turning it become a topic of public conversation, so you protect your psychological health and that of other individuals engaged in cultivating a more modest and courteous healing process. According to Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, you are in charge of your keep in mind that external events are aware of this, and you'll discover strength. This quote strikes a strong chord with the notion of concentrating on oneself and regulating our responses to outside circumstances, especially in the fragile setting of relationship dissolutions. 4. Speaking loudly in front of other people. Subject 4. When feeling angry or frustrated, consider yourself at a contentious meeting with our hearts racing with annoyance. We have all been there, haven't we? Sometimes we are tempted to let our wrath out. Loss is enormous, but what if we decide to use gentle language to capture that blazing energy that is sustained rather than shouted calm words? This goes beyond maintaining face. It's a path to conquering our inner storms. Recall an instance where you saw someone lose. How did it make you feel? They're awesome, uncomfortable, possibly even disappointed. Imagine now that someone who, in spite of the chaos, persisted, but their voice was calm. Calming bowl in a sea of sounds. Isn't it the person we all want to be? These experiences and challenges are what determine our soul, that we discover our really strength, turning rage into action. Turning frustration into focus is similar to alchemy of the soul. It goes beyond simply biting, returning angry words. It's about directing that vitality into a force that inspires us ahead, that transforms obstacle-filled stepping stones. Heraclitus was right on the money when he stated that having an even mind is the finest quality, serving as a reminder that in our calmness is the storm's eye. Best tool we have is our balance, bravery, so that the waves will be there the next time. Any emotional outburst, keep in mind the power to continue speaking without interruption. When everyone expects screaming, whispers is a superpower as well as a virtue. 5 of yours are spreading negativity. Thoughts regarding other people's perspectives on the subject. 5. When was the last time you heard someone disparaging? Didn't that make you wonder about someone else? Their words, when you're not there, disseminating unfavorable views about other people, is a slippery slope that is simple to climb. Enmeshed in the moment's heat, although once you say those words, they stick with you like dark light from the shadows on your character, is not just about being. Being diplomatic means being the type of someone that other people respect and trust. Remember that you don't have to like everyone. Everyone you encounter is battling a conflict about which you currently know nothing. Imagine that you are confronted with a difficult individual or circumstance. It's tempting to pass judgment, isn't it? However, this is the catch at that very moment. You possess the ability to change the narrative, chooses compassion above contempt. Talking about conflict is difficult. No doubt that you'll experience every emotion from annoyance to empathy, or even a small expression of appreciation for their. This strategy isn't simply about being persistent. Maintaining peace is the main goal. Recognizing the intricate web of human feelings and interactions, so you don't simply construct bridges. You develop into a person who is able to traverse the turbulent waters of partnerships with grace and compassion. If, since you've come this far, I kindly ask that you post a comment to demonstrate you're sincerely looking for change. Go ahead and leave a please like and subscribe to receive more stuff. Let's continue 6 continuously from now on. Subject 6. Comparing oneself to other people. Incessant pursuit of self-comparison. To others, it's similar to using a treadmill. It's exhausting without an off switch, endless, and, to be honest, a thief of joy. Consider it each time you look. Tailing up someone else's sideways. Compared to your own milestones, you're just undervaluing yourself, utterly lacking the beauty of this compulsion, this habit, this particular story. Measuring up frequently makes us feel like, though we're always falling behind, entangling ourselves in a vicious circle of insecurity and discontent. Now, change the story. If you begin to take pride in your eccentricities, regardless of your mistakes and successes, how minor it is, it's not about disregarding the environment around you, but about accepting your life's journey, unadulterated and unfiltered, not a well-written series in which is tale's greatest moments. This discrepancy may result in unfair comparisons and a feeling of unhappiness. We must take action in our own lives. Consequently, to use social media with desire to use it for particular objectives, like looking for connections that inspire or details, and then taking a step back into the actuality of our individual path to try arranging particular time slots to accomplish this. Periods for using social media, such as during coffee in the morning or after work, to avoid. It never changes. Intrusion before to any internet conversation. Pause to consider whether this is beneficial or just a diversion. Like mindfulness aids in distinguishing real engagement from aimlessly browsing, if you see a decrease in self-esteem or mood associated with, think about taking a break from social media use. This time off provides a chance to participate in rewarding real-world activities, actions that reinforce the importance of your individual life narrative. By creating these changes you make to make room for enjoy your life's story without any restrictions. From incessant comparisons and more concentrated on what genuinely enhances your existence. 8. The search for outside validation. Let's look at a subject 8. The notion of breaking free from the constant pursuit of outside acceptance. Imagine yourself on a stage. Highlights of you in the middle of a sea of faces, everyone prepared to assess how you act, say, and be in this situation. Highlights that are too much and too limited. The oppressive aspect of living for others' approval. Now picture leaving that stage into a serene, peaceful area where the most important thing is your voice. Primarily, this change represents the significance of putting your inner voice over outside opinions and live for. The approval of others pulls us away from our genuine selves and aspirations, such as wearing clothing that is too small in order to please others. Remember the times of sincere contentment in your life. They probably happened when you stayed loyal to your own independent of other people's ideals and opinions expectancies, which are the foundation of using authentic living. To include this into day-to-day activities, begin with reflection prior to decision-making. Consider your motivations. Are they for you or for others? Have faith in your instincts. Recognize your needs and focus on boosting your self-esteem and acknowledging your accomplishments. Learn from errors and remember to cherish your qualities. The path to self-acceptance is characterized by minor but noteworthy victories as well. Cultivate connections that honor your uniqueness and support your genuine self by letting go of the burden of outside authorization. We open the door to a more genuine, satisfying life journey where we are the primary protagonists, led by sincerity and courage. 9. Subject 9. Perfectionism in our pursuit of enhancing oneself. Is crucial to discuss the dangers of perfectionism. This way of thinking, while seemingly advantageous, frequently results in tension and a sense of never being well. Perfectionism becomes impossible, high expectations, and cultivates a fear of errors, but accepting our imperfections are essential for personal development. And contentment in life, just as art becomes more genuine and enriching when we make space for flaws in order to fight. To combat perfectionism, begin by accepting your constraints and realizing that making mistakes is a necessary aspect of learning. Change your goal from being flawless to being exceptional, which entails carrying out your best with the knowledge that there's always space for personal development. Cultivate self-compassion and treat yourself with kindness when things don't go as planned. So enjoy your endeavors and recognize that each experience plays a part in your path. Ultimately, reinterpret success as not a flawless result, however, as the process. It is brimming with knowledge and individual. Letting go of perfectionism leads to growth, opening up a world of opportunities where errors are viewed as opportunities. This way of thinking creates a more laid-back and genuine living that permits to recognize the beauty in yourself, humanity, and your particular journey. 10. Clinging to impractical. Subject 10. Anticipations, setting out on life's grand. We frequently set sail on anticipation, laying forth plans for wishes and aspirations, but these very sails can enlarge to hideous sizes, changing into irrational dreams that throw us into the choppy waters of disappointment as well as disillusionment, similar to sailors drawn in by legendary sirens. That we strive for excellence in ourselves, in other people, and in our beliefs that searching is as pointless as horizons, retreating as we get closer. These enormous expectations, frequently derived from the whispers of society and roars in the media, might make us oblivious to the beauty of our own identities and the unadulterated, unvarnished life reality. The way to getting rid of these false illusions starts with a passionate, uncompromising honesty. It's a journey of self-discovery. Reversing the layers of should have might have shown the essence of the goal of authentic ambitions, is understanding the significance of these anticipations and boldly requesting whether they strengthen or weaken this isn't a fairy tale spirits. Transformation, it can be a bit rough at times. Painful recognition of life's flaws and our own limitations. Goal setting that resonates is key. We are not who we are told we are. To be every little triumph, every step forward, turns into evidence of our tenacity in this adventure. The beauty resides in the journey rather than the final destination. Complex fabric of life events, interwoven with how to let go of impractical expectations, don't simply relieve our burdens, makes us aware of the unforeseen wonders of life, instructing us on how to handle its turbulent waters with an affection that's open to all EBs. Let all joys flow and heartbreak that we experience. 11. Subject 11. Chatting, gossiping, and negative talk can occasionally seem like a road rather than a shortcut to connection that frequently misleads us. Consider, when was the last time you participated in did the conversation leave you feeling, did it subtly GW at your place, or did it invigorate you? Feeling of like seeds. Integrity words have the ability to spread weeds or cultivate gardens. When we decide to cultivate our discussions that are kind and realizing that we work to create a landscape where respect and trust are fostered, it's a trip, but it's not always simple. There are times when participating, the rumors seem alluring, even justified, but now for the next challenge. Moment when you're about to speak or hearing a negative pause. Consider the individual in question as someone who is struggling, and victories exactly as you would like your darkest moments to be discussed. Idle conversation that avoids gossip is more than only fostering a favorable environment. It's important to respect our common humanity. And when you take the lead by, for instance, you're not merely avoiding negative, You are paving the way for others to discover a more sympathetic and sincere manner of, in conclusion, establishing a connection by adopting these values. We can cultivate an attitude that is strong, sympathetic, and upbeat, resulting in genuine personal growth and closer ties in our connections. If you came upon this video, subscribe for more insightful content. The alert bell and display give your support by liking and commenting, and yes, as customary for additional investigation into additional Stoic knowledge wisdom, 2 more videos are appearing. Now, stay up on your screen.